Ladies and gentlemen, Tenet is finally here. Oh my god, I can't believe that we get to see this movie finally. Even though it arrived to theaters literally a month later than it was supposed to, it does feel like it's been decades since the movie was announced. And I already got to see it twice. That is why I want to finally post my first full non-spoiler review for this movie. That's right, you will not hear me discuss a single spoiler on this channel until well into September. I want everyone to get a chance to watch this movie without having it spoiled for them. So those of us who have seen it, let's be respectful in the comment section. My name is Mr. Feature, and without further ado, let's finally delve in. I'm sure most of you already know what Tenet is about, but just in case, I'm gonna read out the official synopsis as it is mentioned on IMDb. Armed with only one word, Tenet, and fighting for the survival of the entire world, a protagonist journeys through a twilight world of international espionage on a mission that will unfold in something beyond real time. There you go, that's all you need to know about the plot of this film. I had to say I was a little bit let down by how the critics have reacted to this movie, and audience as well for that matter, as it is an astonishingly low rating for a Christopher Nolan movie on IMDb. A lot of people complained about lack of character development, bad sound edits, too much exposition, or no explanation whatsoever. So I guess the usual package for a Nolan movie. Look, I don't want to go in depth of what other people have to say about this film. I have seen it twice now, and I'm here only to share my own opinions. I want to do so by talking about different aspects of the film, so here goes. Well, first of all, cinematography. Was there any doubt that Nolan could put out a movie that looks less than perfect? The picture, color, exposition, ratios in the shots of Tenet are simply stupendous. This is also a lot thanks to cinematographer Hoyte van Hoytema, who has proven his excellence already in Interstellar, Dunkirk and Ad Astra. It's a massive luxurious pleasure to look at this movie as it fondles with your eyes, in a good way of course. But I want to also mention not only behind camera work, but the front too. The stunts in this movie are beyond real. Without any spoilers, there is a fight in this movie where one guy is inverted while the other is not. So they basically fight each other while existing on different timelines, and oh my god, is it a pleasure and feast to watch. In my opinion, it is completely on par with the scene in Inception with the rotating corridor. I therefore in general praise all the stuntmen and actors for delivering this brain-jerking visual experience that I will want to watch for so many more times in the cinema. I think there is absolutely no doubt at this stage that Tenet will get an Oscar nomination for visual effects, and so far I think it stands the best chance in winning it actually. But hey, we know that Dune is coming out soon too, so let's just not get our hopes up yet. The music. Ludwig Göransson more than stands his own ground in front of Hans Zimmer in this feature. His musical score is not only a recreational enjoyment but also a guidance, if you will. As for example, in some scenes where some characters are inverted, the music plays accordingly through inverted sound effects. The score is downright incredible. It amplifies and elevates everything that is happening on screen, be it action, emotion, grief or anger. I even dare say that Göransson probably did what Hans Zimmer would not be able to do in this movie. And just wait, look, I'm sure if Hans scored this film, the soundtrack would have been amazing as well. But Ludwig brought some of that fresh, modern take on music, and no, I'm not talking about rap, energizing some scenes to the fullest potential. You will understand what I'm talking about when seeing the big car chase sequence. This guy is only 34 years old and he already won an Oscar. I think he will get an Oscar nomination for this original score here too, and boy does he deserve it. I applaud you, sir, and cannot wait to see what you have to do next, apart from Mandalorian 2, of course, which I am so insanely excited about. Also, I know some people had issues with the sound and hearing dialogue through the music. Just saying, I had literally zero problems with that. I have seen this movie in IMAX in 2 different cities and was completely fine. So that's that. Anyway, let's talk about acting. The acting is good in this movie, but I wouldn't say it's the best across Nolan movies. I mean, it's pretty far from McConaughey's chops in Interstellar, but I do understand that a lot of that is due to the character development choices that Nolan made when writing the script. My favorite parts of this movie were definitely Robert Pattinson and Sir Kenneth Branagh. Pattinson plays this scruffy but clever guy, and he comes off extremely believable and lovable. I was always excited to see him on screen and hear what witty thing he's gonna say next. I was fine with John David Washington, though I think just a little bit more emotional range from him would have been great. I do think he was better here than in BlacKkKlansman, but this guy definitely needs a little more experience, which I'm sure he will have, and he will have some great pictures in the future. Elizabeth Debicki was great as always, though maybe just a little bit too conservative in her acting too, But then again, I think script is to blame here. But oh boy, does Branagh steals the show. Oh my god, this might be my favorite performance of his. But keep in mind that I still haven't seen his Hamlet movie. Seriously, this guy is on steroids in terms of acting in this picture. He's a menacing, merciless, cold-blooded Russian villain who is not your typical Russian villain, except that he drinks vodka and is a villain. His motivations and his decisions are truly terrifying, and I was genuinely scared of seeing him interact with other characters even upon the second viewing. Again, I believe he has secured an Oscar nomination for himself, which proves that he still goddamn got it. So yeah, I was in general pleased with acting, which contributed to my enjoyment of the movie. Though it was by no means perfect or incredible for that matter, it was still nevertheless very, very good. And finally, let's talk about the story. I want to say this straight away. If you are looking for a conventional movie plot with a clearly defined first, second, and third act, with a solid beginning, promising middle, and a crystal clear ending, this movie is not really for you. I feel like a lot of people couldn't enjoy this movie because of how unorthodox its storytelling style is. And this is not to say that you are stupid if you didn't enjoy it or didn't get it, not at all. But much like the theme of time travel, not everything in this movie happens chronologically or even logically for that matter. At least that's how it seems upon the first viewing. I have to say this movie has so much exposition, just a smidge more than Inception, that on my first visit to the cinema I had to literally put effort into focusing and trying to follow along on what is happening in the movie. Trust me, from the very first minute until very last minute, this film will feed you information, facts, events that you would have to process and solve all by yourself. So I can understand why so many people couldn't get off on this film. I left the cinema in complete confusion, understanding probably 45% of what I saw. But, and it's a very big but, trust me when I say this, if you watch this movie the second time, it will be a completely different experience. Because I already knew the main plot points of this film from my first viewing, I was able to focus on little details, to read between the lines and catch up on everything I have missed. And boy was I pleasantly surprised. This movie has so many little details, references, clues, and hints at what is happening in the film that you could watch it 5 times and still be amazed at how much substance there is. I do believe that this is more of an experience rather than a film. It's like a game that you have to replay after dying, but with the knowledge you gained from the first time you were playing, you will be able to progress much further this time around. I know that if the movie has to be seen several times to be understood, it doesn't sound that good of a movie, but for me, it's nothing but excitement and entertainment. Therefore experience. This is why I love Inception, this is why I love Matrix, even Forrest Gump for Christ's sake. Believe me when I say that every second of Tenet is vital for its own story. It's a complex puzzle that only you can unlock, and once you do, it feels so rewarding and so satisfactory. I literally cannot wait to see this movie again, and again. So, that is that, guys. I did enjoy Tenet a lot. I think it's in the top 5 best Nolan movies for me, though I still haven't quite figured out where I would put it. I do think it's a bit worse than Interstellar, Inception, and Dark Knight, might be just better than Prestige. I definitely recommend that you see it, and ideally at least twice or even more, though of course take care of your health first, and if needed just wait for the release on VOD. Nolan has done it again, guys, and I'm so happy that he still got it. I can only look forward to what is coming next from him. If you have seen this movie, let me know what you guys thought of it. Please try not to spoil anything, as this movie still doesn't open in most countries until mid-September. But let me know if you agree with what I've said. Did I miss anything? Am I just stupid? I would love to hear it all. For now, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I do appreciate you taking the time. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button for more videos like this. I will be making a full Tenet breakdown video, which could take God knows how much time to make, but boy will it be epic. So strap yourself in. Thanks again for watching, and I see you in the next one.